One. Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. Certainly glad you've tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Pleased to be joined now by the Miller Cardinal head volleyball coach, Tamra Landers. Coach Landers, hey, thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Coach, you guys are off to a tremendous start and not unexpected. You had a tremendous season a year ago. Talk about the Lady Cardinals and their start.
Well, we've had a great start. We are currently 8-1. We beefed up our schedule a little bit and played Carl Junction the other night, and we did end up losing, but we were able to take a set from them and played them pretty tight. So I felt like that was a good challenge for us. We won the Verona tournament, and then we played Spokane and beat them. So we're off to a pretty good start. We're trying to fix some things that we need to fix, and hopefully strengthening our schedule will help us further on in the postseason.
Coach, coming into this season, what did you have to replace, on the team based, because you had seniors graduate, and or did you not replace anything?
Well, we didn't replace anything. We return everybody.
Very good.
So that's a question we get a lot, and I kind of cringe because it sounds like, well, then you should be just as good as you were last year. But, things change, and it's girls volleyball, but our girls are working really hard, and we're able to, like I said, fix some things that happened last year that we needed to fix, and hopefully just keep getting better.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about those team members. Who have you got on your roster, and who's playing really well right now?
Well, I've got 4 seniors right now. I've got Ashton Kingsley. She's 6'1", I think, and she has really come into her own. She has really become a blocking machine at the net. She is really blocking well and running a lot of quick stuff. We're able to really up our offense with her. I also have, of course, my setter back. She's all-state for 2 years, Allie Mitchell. And she just does a phenomenal job of running the offense and, keeping us going and making us quick. She's working on her defensive game a little bit right now, but everything else is coming together. I also have Kaylee Helton, another senior. She was all-state as well last year. She led us in kills. And honestly, I haven't looked at the stats, but I'm sure she's up there in kills. She's just a strong girl and can really put the ball away. And, we have to have a lot of offensive threats. I mean, this is, in the 20 some years I've been doing this, it's a pretty exciting group because you don't really know who we're going to set the ball to. And then I also have Claudia Hadlock, who's also a senior. She is her specialty is her back row probably, but then she gets on the front row and she's got a lot stronger and can really put the ball away. But she can find the holes better than almost anybody I've ever coached. She can find a tip ball. Then the next I've got some juniors that played last year too. My libero, Addison Stockton, she has become a lot more vocal, and she is just digging up everything, covering the back row really well, changing some things with our defense, and she's able to cover a lot more ground with her and Claudia back there. It's pretty exciting to watch them go. Then I have Emberlinksy Kingsley, we call her Emmy. She's probably 6'2". She's Ashton's little sister. She's a junior, and she's quick. She's a real quick middle. She's working on her blocking a little bit, but she can really run some quick stuff in front of the setter, behind the setter. She does a really good job. And then I have Haley Snacky. She's also a junior. She plays outside, middle. She can play about anything, and she can put the ball down too. So it's like, our stats are pretty even, pretty much. But I also have 2 other juniors, Lily Ricketts, who comes in and does a little bit of setting for us and plays some back row and serve. She's a phenomenal server. She gets lots of aces and gets us lots of points on the serve. And then I have Alyssa Hill, and she does a lot of back row playing for us too. So I got a solid group of 9 that can do just about anything, I think.
Again, we're visiting with Miller volleyball coach Tamra Landers. Coach Landers here. You talk about beefing up your schedule. I know you've got a Lamar coming up. They're pretty talented. Kind of handicap your conference. Is it the Southwest Conference? I know there's been so much changes that have gone on with regards to conference affiliations. Kind of fill the folks in, kind of your conference and kind of handicap it a little bit.
Yeah, and we are in the Southwest Conference. We added Stockton this year to the Southwest Conference, so I really don't know a lot about them. I mean, they usually have a solid program. Pleasant Hope, they will be strong. They will be strong as well. Ash Grove is usually pretty strong. Stockton, we did play, not Stockton, Sarcoxy. We played them in the Verona tournament, and they'll be strong. You know, they brings a good team. And we got, of course, Marionville. Diamond will be up a little bit, I think. So, you know, it's just kind of a wide open conference. I think Lockwood has more girls this year. Last year they were down numbers wise, but this year they've got more numbers. So, you know, I think our conference will be pretty competitive this year.
Outstanding. And I believe Lamar is your next game. Is that your next match?
We play Lamar Monday, we play Fairgrove Tuesday, and then we go to Sarcoxy on Thursday. So a busy week next week.
What's your district look like? I know the district, you know, they came out a couple of weeks ago. What does that look like, and what are the challenges there in front of you?
Well, we actually dropped down to 1A this year. We bumped to 2A last year and played with, you know, Fairgrove, Stratford. They were in our district. This year we're dropped back down to 1A. And so we've got like Greenfield, Golden City, Northeast Vernon County, Everton, Sheldon, Lockwood, and us, I believe. I think that's all that's in there.
So how many of those teams you get an opportunity to see, you know, in the regular season?
We'll see Lockwood. We didn't play Greenfield, but we got to watch them play in the Verona tournament. And we played Everton in the Verona tournament, but none of the other ones are on our schedule. So we don't play any of the other ones. Well, I saw Golden City, but we didn't play them.
As you get to this point of the season, like you said, you're 8-1, you're 9 games into it, maybe a third, you know, of the way, so to speak, through the season. You guys been pretty healthy. Everything's staying healthy.
Yeah, they're staying very healthy. They're very conscious of, you know, we did great things last year, and, you know, right. So they're really wanting to do better than that this year. So we always say 1% better. So they're really trying to stay healthy. They're trying to, you know, eat right, take care of themselves, because they want to be the same place they were last year, but even better. You know, they want to get to that state championship game. So
as you look at your team, what are some things you feel like you're really doing well right now, and maybe some things that you feel like you need to work on that'll maybe get you to that next level?
I feel like we were running a pretty quick offense. I think our passing is pretty good. Our defense is pretty good. I feel like we do need to improve our blocking. That's been a big focus for us, is help control our blocking a little bit better, and some aspects of our tip defense and, you know, different things like that. But other than that, I feel like our passing is pretty solid. Our ball control is pretty good, but blocking, we need to get a little better in our blocking, and we need to get a little bit better with our hitter setter connections and making good decisions, smart decisions to take the other team out of their offense.
You mentioned earlier in the interview, 21 years as a coach. Kind of give the viewers and listeners an idea of how you arrived at Miller. Where did you cut your teeth at, so to speak?
Well, I graduated from Miller, and Miller's volleyball started in 1972 with Canetta LaSalle, and she was my high school coach. And honestly, Canetta, myself, and my sister Nicole have been the only 3 volleyball coaches at Miller ever. High school coaches. Canetta started the program. After I graduated, she asked me if I would join her and be her assistant. So she mentored me for several years, and it was the best thing ever. I mean, she is a phenomenal lady and great coach. And then after when she got ready to retire, I had my sister who also played here at Miller for us. And so my sister came on, and her and I took it over, and it's been a long-standing tradition. You know, when you can keep solid people in the same position, it just does, you know. And Miller's where my heart is. You know, I was a Cardinal, and my sister was a Cardinal, and, you know, that's just where we want to be. We want to be Cardinals, and we want everybody to love being a Miller Cardinal and want to step on the court and put that Miller Cardinal volleyball uniform on.
You know, you bring up names there with the LaSalles, and yes. I was actually going to be a Miller Cardinal. I grew up in Halltown,
so
Elementary School.
Yep, that's where I went to elementary.
And my dad coached with Kanetta's husband, Jim LaSalle, spent some years there coaching. So I've got some connections there. A lot of those names I recognize, and it's an outstanding, just very small, close knit community that folks, a lot of folks, in these bigger communities don't have that atmosphere.
Yeah, that's true. I'm coaching some of my players' kids. I'm coaching some of my friends' kids, so it's just a tight knit. And, it is Carl Junction came the other night and played here. I know Cheryl Sharples, and we've coached together a long time. And she said she forgot the atmosphere when you walk into the Miller gym. It may be a small gym, but it's an atmosphere. It's like nothing else. We've got some great fans. I mean, we've got fans that they'll travel everywhere with us, and we bring the fans, and they're very supportive. And, it's a real neat atmosphere here for sure.
You bet. But you got Lamar coming up.
Yep.
And then after that, like you mentioned, you got Fairgrove, you're at Sarcoxy, then you got a streak of a lot of home games. You're going to get to sense that atmosphere. And
absolutely. Yes.
Well, Coach Landers, as always, appreciate your time and being part of High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. And hey, Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You bet. We'll be back after this.